Hello and welcome to this edition of Billy Fishing in Arctic Norway. I have made it at last. This is not a new area to me, but where I'm going to go will be the first time I'm going to fish there ever, and I'm quite excited. And it is, if I can get there, I don't know, I've never tried to get there, around the corner from here. And hopefully it is quite fishable, just to save myself and yourself a load of boredom of me clambering around, panting and puffing. I'll see you over there. Yes. I have arrived, and so have you apparently. So, it is morning time, and I am anticipating some good fishing. The tide is just approaching high water, and I want to fish down. So, this is where I am. You got a kind of beacony thing, we got a kind of hilly thing, and we got a kind of me thing. And out here in front of me is a hideously deep amount of water, yes. And I have got with me the Mad Mouse Sniper XT, a lure killer, 6,000 35-pound mainline, 60-pound leader, 100-gram speed jig. For nows, okay? We got a cast in, see if we get a fishy up. Yeah. Right, let's see if it's first cast fish. It is a little bit chilly, but got me thermals on, me glovels and all that good stuff, and as soon as I get moving a little bit I'll be nice and warm. So get this jig down. Is a first cast fish? Most likely not. That means I'm definitely going to hook up, right? Makes complete sense, right? That's the way the world works, I've noticed over the years. Right, out it goes. I'm a bit worried, to be honest with you. The charts say 60, my instincts say 100, just from experience. I mean, it's 40 around the corner in a little bay, so I'm going to say this is going to be much deeper. And so far, that's it. So far. Oh, we're down. The charts are right from what are they? No. It's still going. Right. Okay, now we're down. Ah, it's about 60. It's about 60. Right. Okay, let's see if we get a fish. Whatever I catch, if it's a cod or a pollock, most likely it will die, so I will be eating it. Beautiful view. Start the day anyway. So I chose this spot here because it has got most of the margin problems out of my way. What I mean by that is everywhere else around here I'd have to fight with the margins to land the fish, and here I have the altitude and the angle to get a fish past the snags. So not first cast fish then. Well, not yet. The jig's not out of the water yet. Also, I don't bang my jigs up so bad. Right, since the tide is pushing me this way, I'm going to cast a little bit that way. Second cast fish. Let's go. I'm trying not to cast it too far purposely, because yeah, I believe this place could cause me some problems depth wise, so we let that shoot down. So the water here is not as deep as I had first feared, and I could, apart from the current, fish a 60 gram, but because of the current I can't, so I'm stuck here with me 100, or 80 will do it as well. I might change to an 80-gram jig, we see. Now the current's too strong right now, so 100 is the way definitely to go. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to get the jig down to where it needs to be. Just get that angle, get that pollock, get that red cod living in there in the margins. Right, not that time anyway. Try out in front again. I'm going to pitch it a little bit further this time, see if there's a fish out there. Further out, obviously. I'd say that's about a 100-meter cast, and we let that jig sink down. Another cast, another opportunity. So what I'm doing here is I'm jigging the jig up to about mid-water, and then I'm letting it shoot back down again off the spool. If I was fishing a slow pitch jig, I would leave it on the spool and just let it flutter down. Oh! There he was. Ah, well, yeah, you didn't get it though. Yeah, pollock on the top. Nice. All right, that's a sign of a fish anyway. Nice job. Scared me too. They always get me. All right, well, we know he's there now. He'll probably get hooked the next time. So I'm just gonna lob it out, see if he'll go for it again. They never do this way. I always have to do the whole thing, but I always try to take a shortcut for some reason. It just doesn't seem to work. I don't know why. Maybe this time it will. I believe they like to come up to the surface here because the surface is a barrier to the bait fish. It can't go any further, so the pollock wait till they get to the top when they're in around the margins before they try any of their dastardly maneuvers. And I wish there was more fish here in Norway that used the surface as a barrier to corral fish, but collie do as well. I suppose mackerel do as well, but collie, yes. Mackerel, not so much. They're good fun and all, but they're not exactly film-worthy stuff. I've seen some spectacular stuff with these jigs and fish. They can feel the vibrations of this 50 meters out. I've seen the fish, the jig will be all the way out here, and I see fish coming out of the kelp. You can't see it today, and they all point in the direction that the jig is. It's usually when they're not really in the mood for feeding and they're just a little bit curious, and it's just because of the vibrations off these jigs. 50 meters away they can feel it. Fantastic stuff. So I am going to change to a slow pitch jig instead, since the tide's dropped off a little bit. I'm gonna make it this guy here, but just to test the theory. This one is luminescent and fluorescent, okay? Everything I know about luminescent jigs is fish them on sunny days. Weirdly, that's the way it goes. I'm gonna sort of try this, right? That's it there, right, lovely. So I'm just gonna pop the jig off, leave the assists on. That's it. Anyway, just gonna try and work in around the edges. Let the fluttering action of the jig entice a bite from one of these cod type fishes. It blows my mind away how many fish there actually are in the cod family. There are just loads of them, and how different they all are, right? A hake, for instance, is nothing like a cod, but it is the cod family. It's more like a barracuda if you want, or a pike. A saltwater pike, I like to equate them as. One of the strange ones. A ling, it's got the beard, it's a bit of a giveaway. Haddock, also another beard, bit of a giveaway. But pollock, also cod, no beard. Cullfish, no beard, also cod family. Evolved completely differently. The tail, everything. Pollock and cullfish are very, very similar, but their tail says how they hunt. And the cullfish has a tail more akin to a mackerel than it does any of his other cod brothers. It's bizarre stuff. Are you listening? So I can see quite a pronounced lip here. Since I've already nearly got smashed up by a pollock right here, it's quite easy to be a few long there. So pitch this jig out, since it is a slow pitch jig, and see what happens to it. At this time of the year, you'd be surprised, since I am actually not going to be here very long, it seems. So I'm going to cast it down there, see if we get a fishy. I say this in all my videos, right? There's very little white light, and if we just get this guy to turn, you can see that fluorescent paint pop because of the UV light that's present right now, more so than the white light. The wind's messing with me there, and the current. Right, I didn't let that sink more than 5 meters or something. There we go, straight in. Yep. Oh, it's a great fish. What you got? Oh, bloody hell. Ah. Oh. Glad this rod's as strong as it is. Into the snags with him. Oh, lovely. Well, it's not pulling any drag yet, so could be a nice cod. I'm saying it's a pollock, but Here he comes. Oh, it's a big red cod. Yes, dinner time. Oh, it's a beauty. It's a beauty. Look at that guy. Fantastic. Oh, he's beautiful. He's beautiful. Red card in the margins. You are coming with me. Oh, it's beautiful. Right in the lip. With both the gaff and the jig. Fantastic. Check this out. I give him about 6, something like that. Fantastic looking fish. Look at that. They don't get much redder. They do, but not much. They're fantastic. It's going to be so good to eat. No disease, nothing. This is probably the second best eating fish in Norway. Fantastic. So I'm going to ikejime this fish. Bleed to get it in the tide. If you want to know how to do that, I'll link the ikejime video in the description. Nice! Ha! Right, so we get this guy into the water. Help him bleed out a bit. And that'll be him for a while. And I just find a rock to tuck this into. If I can find a place. Anyway. That's it there. So then we just tie it around the rock. Then get that down underneath that thing there. Good. Right. As long as it's not too much of a sea running, you'll be grand. Right. Just leave him there to do his business, keep him fresh. This is an example of how close these fish actually will be to the edge of the fjord, right? You can spend the whole day casting out here and you'll catch nothing. One cast along the side, bang. Took me about 15 to 20 minutes to find that fish there. It is no giant, it is a decent fish and they taste fantastic and they fought like crazy. Red cod are nuts. They are just nuts. They got so much spirit and they taste so good because of their diet. Crabs, mussels, you name it, they eat it. And especially seahorses. There's nothing like a hint of seahorse to improve the flavour of a cod. Delicioso. Up my head you go. Let's see if we get another fish. Yes. So what is getting this fish isn't that luminescent stuff. It is just the design of this jig and the tendency for red cod to hang out around the edge of stuff, and they just love stuff that flutters when it's going past. They just love it. Whereas the coalfish, they're much more into speed jigs and stuff. But cod, they love a slow pitch jig. Fantastic. And halibut, incidentally. And a halibut. So we let that shoot down. Let's see what else we get. So the slow pitch jig did it for me again. This would not have worked with a speed jig actually. It just would have shot to the bottom into a snag and it wouldn't have drawn that fish out like a slow pitch jig does, because they just sink so much more slowly. My cod brothers, they just love them. See what else we get. Fantastic. So happy with that now. That's the reddest one I've caught in years. I'm so glad I came in guns blazing with this guy here. I wouldn't have landed that fish on a lighter rod. No way. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Another fish. They love them. They love them. Fantastic stuff. He's not deep, so I might let him go. Hugging the bottom all the way in. I mean, they're not fast cod, but they are so strong. Ah. Here he comes. Get out of there. It's not even that big, is it? It's just a load of weed. Oh lordy. No, there's loads of red cod here. Right. Oh, sorry buddy. Right. It wasn't that deep, he'll go back. There he is there. Nice little fish. Goodbye. Ta-ta buddy. Away he goes. Yes. So I haven't had much success. I've been casting around here for the last 15 minutes and apart from that guy and the little dinker, I haven't had a touch. I missed a pollock there. So I'm going to try again. There's most likely that there isn't a fish down here, but there could be a pollock cruising past. The big guys, they're always on the move, always on the hunt, and they don't hide out like the 6-7 pound fish. They cruise, and they cruise up and down these ledges looking for their next meal. So you never know, I might just actually contact one of those guys. And since If the water's shallow, in close, he'll go back. And if not, I'll vent him and he'll go back. Right, we let that shoot down. So I just let it sink down through the water column. Just give it a few twitches every now and again. Nothing snaffled it when it hit the water, but this is a great way to get a take. Just keep that jig mid-water. Just work it along the ledge. There you go. It's a rock. I thought it was brilliant there for a second. No, you're not. You caught a rock, you dopey. Okay, we go after it. Will I? Yes, I have lots of jigs, but tying assists isn't something that I'm really that much into. It's also not that much fun. Making jigs is not that much fun either. Painting them is great fun, but the casting and the epoxy and all that kind of stuff is not much fun. But painting them is great fun. I like that a little bit. I like that bit a lot. Ah, man, this is mental. Right, I could be lazy, just snap it off, but we won't do that. Since I have the opportunity to come along here, where are we? I probably won't get it back either. Oh, that's a good spot as well. Wouldn't need a gaff here, but then again, it's a lot more effort to get here. Nice spot though. Lordy. See, even though you're getting the other side of it, it doesn't mean you're getting it back either. Nope. So, for those people who are new to the sport, I left my pulling tool over there, but I have spooled these very well. And so long as I hold on to the spool, it won't bite in because of the way I spooled them. So I'm just going to pull for a break. When you do this, especially at this kind of range, turn your back, otherwise you're going to get a jig in the face. Right, simple as that. So I'm going to go down here, just go for it. That's it, there, it's just snapped anyway, so I'll have to retie anyway. Better than a jig in the head though. And I saved myself a bit of fishing line at least. Alright, so I'm going to go back, retie, blah blah blah. So I've just retied the leader. I use my own knot, it's called the BF knot. I will link that video in the description. Great knot, quick, easy to tie, especially in cold countries. Here is a little tip that I think will help a lot of people out. If you put glue on your knots, that means you have no faith in how you tie a knot. But that is absolute nonsense, because stronger is always better. And leader knots take damage that you are not aware of or possibly haven't seen. And this, not necessarily this brand, any brand you like, is what will help you out, right? So if you, it doesn't matter whether it's rig knots, it doesn't matter. A knot to a clip on a surf rod, I always put a drop of this. Just that little bit of extra insurance, just in case you catch that beast of a fish like I did last year. Is this the difference between getting that fish to the beach and or not? Possibly it is. Possibly it is. And it takes hardly any time at all, weighs hardly anything. So I highly recommend, it doesn't matter what you're fishing for, little dinkers, whatever. Put a drop of glue on your leader knots, or any other knots for that matter. Fantastic stuff. Cheap, light, helps protect leader knots, hook lengths, whatever. Fantastic super glue. Yes, if the weather picks up a little bit more, I will continue further around the corner in search of shelter. And I didn't really think that I'd get that much shelter here, but I've never been here before, and it's quite a lump of rock. So it is affording me quite a bit of shelter, and I'm happy about it because I've already had 2 fish, and one of them a fantastic red cod. Here is the new jig, yes, little day glow horror with, I've run out of 6 assists, 5 assists, right? So that will do the job, as long as I don't catch an absolute monster of a fish like 30-40 pounds. So maybe even then it will also do the job. So, I don't know if you can, the edge of that there, I'm going behind it, right? See you over there. So here I am, the other side of the beacon, a little bit more out of the wind. This is as far as my journey will let me go, but the water's pretty much the same here. This is where I hooked the red cod actually. So I put the jig about 6 or 7 meters out there. That's where I hooked him. So whatever's there, that's where he was. Maybe he saw it and swam out to it. right? Something like that. So I'm going to give it a shot here, see if I get one more fish, and that'll be it for the morning, because the weather just gets worse as the day goes on, and I'm so happy to have got like this session in before the craziness begins. You wouldn't believe it. Yesterday the winds were so strong, I witnessed for the first time in my life a rock this big blowing along the road, right? That's how strong the winds were. Trees falling in front of me, all sorts of kind of weirdness. Yeah. And I believe everybody was having trouble yesterday, all around Europe, from Ireland all the way up to the Arctic. High winds, chaos. Yes. So we got to jig in, see if we got to fish you up. So, same jig, same blah 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 blah. We'll try down this way. See if we can replicate the results of the first fish. Good fish. Yeah, the first fish actually. Yeah. See what happens. I'm gonna put it down over here. See if the same thing happens again. This time, big pollock. Just a little flick. Because of the wind, it went flying. I'm gonna leave that in gear. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, there's one on it. They're just having a laugh with it. What's going on? Usually when it's this light, there's a fish swimming towards me. Oh, that was mental. Yeah, there's a fish there, all right. He's dragging across every rock in the nation. Yes! Great stuff. We'll try that again. Oh, they were well all over it. But maybe they were just small fish. But we'll find out again. Same rough area. Not this time. That education apparently was free for them. There are lots of different ways to fish a slow pitch jig. This is just one, right? Got some weed, I reckon. Feels heavy for some reason. It's a very effective method what I was just doing there, especially around the margins where the water's shallow. Just don't let it sink too much, just keep it around 2-3 meter mark and you're fine, right? So those guys have been alerted to my presence and don't want to play ball, so I'm going to cast out in front here. Just a little lob, so that'll shoot down. So compared to that rock over there, the water here is more than twice as deep. So let's see what we get. Work it fast, maybe there's a coalfish or something. There we go. Oh, a lot of small fish. Yeah, we're in. Small guy. Oh, maybe it's a bit bigger than I thought. Take it handy. Don't want it to blow up on me. It's a little bit better than I thought. Going red cod as well. A lot of red cod around here apparently. Oh no, this one's it's a coalfish, like I said. It's a mackerel. It's a beast of a mackerel. Oh, buddy, still haunting me. Yeah, both hooks he has there. I'm not gonna mackerel over my gloves, so. Oh, he's a beast. Look at the size of it. Don't worry, buddy. You get your back. Okay, back he goes. Ta-ta, Mr. Mackerel. It's October inside the Arctic. Still getting good mackerel. So yes, potentially I just did throw back bait, but in the grand scheme of things, that's 2 baits to me, right? Here, where I am right now. So, not that great of a loss, right? And when I need to, I'll feather some up and do some bait fishing videos. I already have done some bait fishing videos, but I didn't catch anything, so you haven't seen anything bait fishing, guys. So don't think I'm trying to neglect you or anything else, that I like spinning over baits. I don't. Whatever works when it's working is what you see. And for now, this is what it is. All right. And don't you worry, coming to the end of the season, you know how it goes. Good things come to those who wait, yes? Or maybe it'll be next week, who knows? But for now, it's a bit of jigging. Right, let's see what else we catch. A mackerel. No. So I've tried over here, I've tried there, I've tried over there. Then I'm going to try in between over there. There isn't much of a current here. Either the tide has slackened off, or, oh, that's really deep there. So I'm going to let this guy shoot off the spool all the way to the bottom, work that jig back with an erratic motion, right? I'll turn you on when that happens. The water's deep, real deep. The slow jig has landed. Right, let's go. Oh, we're in. Yep. Yep. That's real deep, so it's a big mackerel. It is flying in. What is going on? Why? What is this? What's going on? Is the fish off? What's going on? This is mental. That's another mackerel. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Yep, so just another repeat of last year. Fast Mr. Speed Demon here. Yeah. Right, we'll get him back as well. So sorry you didn't see the release, but he flapped away as they do sometimes. All right, that was unbelievable. That mackerel was in 40 meters of water. That's a new one to me. It's always something exciting happening here in Norway. We get the jig back down, we see what happens, see what we get next. Yes. So I've just noticed a guy coming to pick up his nets. Yeah, I should have known that that wasn't a lobster pot. Not in that depth of water anyway. But okay, it's a big sea and all that kind of stuff. But it's not making life any easier on me. Let's see what happened to me jig. We got a bit of a bashing. Right, but we've sent it down. He's still working. So hopefully we don't catch another mackerel. Right, we let that shoot down. So I am down. It seems like these guys are gonna shoot across and put a net in front of me. Much appreciated, guys. Maybe I can get a fish out of here before they get out in front of me. Next fish, last fish. Right, okay, this is it. Last cast, come up way, no fish, doesn't matter. It is almost midday and I haven't eaten breakfast, so that's what I'm going to do after this cast, of course. Right, we'll let that guy shoot down. Bye bye. Okay, right, let's see if we get last cast fishy. Come on, fishy. Well, I'm glad I came out here today and fished this area. I've been looking at it for such a long time now, last couple of years, and now I've got a chance to fish it. And I will be back. Bloop. All right. So, I hope you liked the video. Wasn't the biggest fish in the world, but definitely not the worst. And eventually I got my hands on my red cod. So I'm Billy, this is Billy in Arctic Norway. Wherever you are in the world, remember, I'll see you on the beach. Bye!